at Hillsborough, and now since he has done his initial solos, he doesn't need any more endorsements if he wants to go to the best practice.
No, he still does.
To go to the best practice area and come back?
Oh no, to practice area and come back? No.
But if he wants to go to McMinnville, he has to have that.
Correct.
To any other airport.
Correct.
Because it says solo takeoff and landing.
In general, any airport that your student is going to do landings at, they require an endorsement form. Alright, so if they're going to McMinnville, they require an endorsement for McMinnville. If they're going to Troutdale, they require an endorsement for Troutdale. Legally, they cannot, I'll explain this in a little bit. Legally, they cannot take off at an airport that they don't have an endorsement for. Alright?
And which one you said AGI can endorse?
A10. This one.
Okay.
Because the A10 endorsement is not saying that you are endorsing them for a solo flight, it's just saying that you have checked their planning and preparation. Now, I wouldn't ever give that to anybody. I'm sorry, I don't trust anybody else's student to where I say, yes, your planning and preparation is fine. But legally I could.
And for their solo cross country, A9?
A9 has to be given by the CFI.
Okay.
So A9 is just a general one that says
What
they can
is
do
the
solo.
specific one CFI give them for their solo flight?
It would be the next one.
Oh,
Where is it? Oh, sorry, yeah, it would be A11, this one over here. So I certify that Bob Pilot has received the required training in both directions between and at all the airports you want them to do solo cross countries at. So Hillsborough, Troutdale, McMinnville, whatever. All right? I have determined that he or she is proficient or going to conduct repeated solo cross country flights over that route, subject to the following conditions. All right, so in order for them to go on a solo cross country, they would need this endorsement, they would need this endorsement, and they would need this endorsement.
Why we need the repeat?
9, 10, and 11.
11.
It's funny how the A11 has been worded though. It says not more than 50 nautical
not
miles.
more than.
I thought for a cross country to count towards a rating.
50 nautical miles. I'd have to be just on.
Yeah, why is it worded not more than 50 nautical miles?
Because I know the one instructor told me in order to log cross country time, it doesn't have to be 50. Even if it's from here to Troutdale, as long as you do some of the, because the reg says.
It depends on the certification you are searching for. If you are, for airplane private, we need 50. Yeah, but for like ATP, then any other airport is considered
Cross country.
Yeah, so for 135, a cross country is you take off and land at an airport different to what you took off from. So if you were logging cross country time on the 135, you can take off from Troutdale and you can land at PDX, even though PDX is all of 5 minutes flight away from Troutdale.
So now if I do a flight from Hillsborough with my current, like, so I'm a commercial single right now, right? So if I fly, like rent a plane and fly to
McMinnville.
McMinnville, can I log it as cross country?
No,
Under 135,
Because-
yes.
if you're using that time towards like your commercial pilot certificate,
Let's say.
oh no, you have your commercial pilot.
Yeah, like I'm just doing some.
Then yes, you can call that a cross country under 135.
I've not been logging it there. Because I've been renting out of Gorge Vince and getting my
But
time.
on
So
the-
that would only be for 135 though.
So how?
135 is charter operation.
Oh, so you have to work for a charter?
No. You can like okay. So
It's more confusing.
if you are applying to get ATP under 135, all those point-to-point flights, you can log it as the cross-country time for that ATP certificate under 135.
So what if I was going to do my ATP at HAA? Then how would that be different?
That would just be part. Yeah, I think.
It was actually Marvin, who's at Cyrus now, who's the instructor. He's the one who told me this. Because whenever he flies point to point, he was working at HAA at that time.
And he was logging it? Yes, he could, because for private instrument commercial, it has to be 50 nautical miles. But anything past that, I think you can log it as whatever. Not whatever, but you can log it as cross country. Because it's not towards the private instrument or commercial.
Section whatever.
It's- Actually, let's check this out.
Everything.
ATP, airline transport pilots, eligibility requirements.
It falls under training, right?
I think for ATP, they don't even need to land, they just need to go that far.
Yeah, let's see what this says. That's just the academic training. Where's the? Oh, sorry. Aeronautical experience. 500 hours of cross-country flight time. But where does it say what those 500 hours would be?
You can check the definition of cross-country flight.
Yeah, the definition of cross-country flight time under 61.1 is listed as 50 nautical miles.
And part 61. I don't think it's.
So except as provided in paragraphs 2 through 6 of this definition, time acquired during flight conducted by a person who holds an aircraft pilot certificate conducted in aircraft. For the purpose of meeting the aeronautical experience requirements for a private pilot certificate, a commercial pilot certificate, or an instrument rating for the purpose, that includes a point of landing that was at least a straight line distance of more than 50.
So for ATPL, you don't need 50 nautical miles.
Correct.
So I should start learning all my time on the.
Yeah.
I've been renting out of Godwins and flying on like twice every week just for
No,
time.
that's correct. It says it clearly over here. Private pilot certificate or commercial pilot certificate or instrument rating for the purpose of recs, whatever. It's 50 nautical miles. For sports pilot, it's including a point of landing at least straight line distance of more than 25 nautical miles. This doesn't really matter to you.
So even though, so should it be you should land at a different airport, right?
Yes.
Yeah, once you become
So
an
except
instructor.
for the parts that we talked about, conducted by a person who holds a pilot certificate, conducted in an aircraft, that includes landing at a point other than the point of departure.
Okay.
So yep, once you get your commercial pilot certificate, any time where you took off from one airport and you landed at another airport, doesn't matter if that other airport was 2 miles away or 1 mile away, you're allowed that as cross country.
What if you, now let's say you already have a commercial pilot's license, right? What if you're doing it as an add-on?
Same thing.
You can still log it for your ATP or?
No, it would be the commercial pilot certificate, so it would be the 50 nautical miles. But that wouldn't matter because if you're
You
doing
already
it for
had
add-on,
it.
you already meet the requirements for commercial pilot.
Yeah.
So as long as you meet those requirements, you can get that commercial pilot certificate.
Right.
Anything past those requirements, you can now log as cross-country.
I remember like
Like as
instructors
long
telling
as
me
you
about
have
it,
the
I was like,
commercial license, anything from
Correct.
point to point.
So in order for you to count that time to the commercial pilot license, you need to be 50 nautical miles for that cross-country.
Yeah.
And then once you have that commercial pilot's license or any other time in excess of that, as long as it's just point to point, then you landed at an airport that you didn't take off from, that's a
As it's
cross-country.
cross country, even if I'm instructing.
Yeah.
So
back to that endorsement, A11.
A11?
Why does it say that not more than 50 nautical miles from?
That's what I was checking before we got sidetracked. So let us see. Let us see how Hillsborough worded it versus how the other people worded
That one was 6193
it. Yep.
B2.
Am I blind or do I not see 6193? Oh, you probably, why does Hillsborough do this? You probably listed it under the before solo one. Airplane before solo cross country. Yep. 6193 C3, which is.
There's no B2.
So where's 6193? Oh, this is
C3 and the C.
What is C3 and
So why does they not have the C2?
C3 is the A10, which is the knowledge.
so what is 3? Just 3? Just C.
So what's the point of this endorsement then?
I've never got an endorsement like.
An endorsement doesn't make sense unless you have an airport that's exactly 50 nautical miles away from their point of departure.
Maybe
I remember
for sport.
the.
No, because it's listed under private pilot.
It seems like if the cross country is more than 50 nautical miles, whenever the student goes out, the flight plan needs to be reviewed in order to have the new endorsement to make the flight. But if the flight plan is less than 50 nautical miles, they can just use the very original flight plan to let the student
Oh,
do
yeah,
the cross
this is a
country.
repeat one,
But then
repeated one.
that's
They
the
can use
repeated
this
cross-country flight
several
plan.
times, if it's not more than.
No, but my question is, it says repeated solo cross-country flights, right?
And a cross-country flight will not be considered so.
This part
50
is
nautical.
50 nautical miles minimum,
Yeah.
but then it goes on to say not more than 50
They have to
nautical
be
miles.
right on the 50 nautical miles.
So-
Which is crazy.
Maybe it's not for private, for sports.
No, because this is under
sports.
private pilot endorsement.
Yeah, 6193.
So that makes no sense. Okay, I guess ignore A11. I don't see how this endorsement makes sense. The 6193, 61 student pilot, private pilot. Oops, student pilot. 6193. Let's see what B2 says. Repeated specific solo cross-country flights may be made to another airport that is within 50 nautical miles of the airport from which the flight originated, provided the authorized instructions are given. The student has a solo cross-country flight endorsement in accordance with paragraph C of this section. Okay. However, for repeated solo cross-country flights to another airport within 50 nautical miles from which the flight originated, separate endorsements are not required to be made for each flight. But where would you ever use that?
I think it's the wording that's kind of wrong there. It says repeated specific solo cross-country flights may be made to another airport.
That is within 50 nautical miles.
But it's.
But in AC it says within 25.
Maybe it is just for sports, because sports is within 25.
Yep.
Um,
But this one is under private, right?
this one's under CFI. Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe it is literally just for sport pilots.
Oh.
For them to fly a solo, but not for them to get their certificate. This is not training purpose. It's just someone want to fly a solo and the instructor consider.
You
oh,
just
you-
log solo time, but not cross-country time.
Yeah, you could fly to Salem because you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
not
guess.
training.
Okay, so then this wouldn't apply. It would just be A9 and A10.
And plus A3, A4.
Well, yes, plus A3, plus A4, plus A5.
So A10, that's what happened to me. I can give it like a couple of times, like in the same day.
You need to give A10 for every time they go solo cross country and to any other airports that they go to.
Now, say he just it's on the same day, and
Correct.
he's going to a couple of cross countries. Like I should give him like.
You would have to give him one for each cross country that they do. So like let's say you're going to send your student on 2 solo cross countries today. The first one would be Hillsborough to Eugene, second one would be Hillsborough to Salem. You would have to put, the first one would be Hillsborough to Hillsborough via Eugene, with landings at Eugene and Hillsborough. And then the second one would be Hillsborough to Hillsborough via Salem, with landings at Salem and Eugene.
With the date.
With the date, which would be today, for example.
Yeah.
But you said A10, AGI can also give A10, right?
Correct.
So
What's
there's
the
a.
difference between AGI give A10 and the CFI give A10? If it's signed by CFI, student can fly. If it's given by AGI,
No, I guess I was wrong with that, then AG has can give that. This is the CFI one, that CFI can only give. But this one just says that you've reviewed the planning and preparation to be correct to make the solo flight.
So just A10. So the first time, the initial have to give him A9 and A10.
So the initial you have to give them A9, and every cross country they do, they have to give them A10.
All right. So the first thing I don't have to give him like just A9.
The first cross country?
Yeah.
No, you have to give them both.
Both, yeah.
Yes.
So
So the A9 is the general one that you give them one time, saying they can do a solo cross country. A10 is the one you have to give them every time they go on a solo cross country.
Right.
And then A11 is whatever A11 is for, which I don't fully understand. I'm guessing it's sports
I would
pilot.
guess,
Or
like your region is kind of very isolated, and there are only 3 airports. From your base airport, to the other 2 airports, it's not